the Sarbanes-Oxley law requires the CEOs and chief financial officers of banks, all public companies, to certify their financial reports and also the adequacy of their own internal financial controls. And we now have extensive evidence that the senior managements of a number of the banks and investment banks were extremely explicitly warned that their financial controls were inadequate and that their accounting was fraudulent. And yet they continued to certify their financial reports. And there has, again, not been a single criminal prosecution for such violations.
Charles Ferguson, the Obama administration's rationalized its failure to prosecute any senior financial executives by saying their behavior wasn't actually illegal. This is a clip of President Obama speaking at a White House news conference in October.
Well, first on the issue of prosecutions on Wall Street. One of the biggest problems about the collapse of Lehman's and the subsequent financial crisis and the whole subprime lending fiasco is that a lot of that stuff wasn't necessarily illegal. It was just immoral or inappropriate or reckless. That's exactly why we needed to pass Dodd-Frank, to prohibit some of these practices. You know, the financial sector is very creative, and they are always looking for ways to make money. That's their job. And if there are loopholes and rules that can be bent and arbitrage to be had, they will take advantage of it. So, you know, without commenting on particular prosecutions, obviously that's not my job, that's the Attorney General's job. You know, I think part of people's frustrations, part of my frustration was a lot of practices that should not have been allowed weren't necessarily against the law, but they had a huge destructive impact.
Charles Ferguson, your response to President Obama.
President Obama is wrong, and at this point it's very difficult for me to believe that he doesn't know that he's wrong. We now have publicly available evidence through a combination of lawsuits, government investigations, and whistleblowers that there was extensive and highly illegal conduct in the housing bubble and the financial crisis.